Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Bizzy. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Bizzy. It's Elizabeth Chance, also known as Bizzy. And welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you're here for your first time, I hope you'll stay. And if you're back, welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about multigrain and staying in the light. But if you're out there and you get my newsletter and you were reading my newsletter and you're like, wait a minute, she's taking off the month of March. Yes, I'm not recording any podcasts in the month of March, you guys. I'm taking off that month to revamp, to restructure, take some new pictures, redo the website, and just get a fresh set of paint on this entire podcast, if you would call it that. It's my spring cleaning, and I'm very excited to be taking off that month. And if you're out there and you don't get my newsletter and you want to get it, go to elizabethchance.com and it will prompt you and you can sign up for my newsletter. And also, if you want to read my newsletter and you didn't get it because the old ones have already been published, you can go to my website again and go underneath the tab that says newsletter, and it will have all my newsletters there. So please go take a look. And so it means I'm not going to be recording podcasts, but it doesn't mean I'm disappearing off the planet. In fact, quite the contrary. I am going to be doing a 8-week session on Zoom. If anybody's interested, you have to let me know before I make the links and to go to all that extent. I want to see if anybody out there is interested. But what I want to do is for the 8 weeks of Lent. Now I'm talking about Fat Tuesdays included in that, which is next Tuesday. And then the Tuesday after Easter, after Lent, we would meet the last time. And what I want to talk about is how everybody's doing during Lent, if you're giving something up, if you're apprehensive, where you're feeling, and we can come together as a community on Zoom, so you can be anywhere in the world, and we will meet on Tuesday evenings. So let me know if you're interested. If you are interested, email me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. Please email me. You can also DM me on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and I can give you the link there. I am going to devise an entire link for us to meet. But again, before I go through all those hoops, I want to make sure you're interested. If you're interested in meeting for 8 weeks, and if we like it, maybe we'll extend it, let me know. You're probably like, does this cost anything? No, it's not costing anything. I just think we need some more community, of like-minded people. If you're interested, again, let me know if you want to do this Lent series with me, just us talking. And I might even bring up a topic each week that I'm going to get from either Hallow, the Bible app, from Wild at Heart. I might even get it from Sister Miriam. So whatever it is, I just want, if you're interested in just getting together and like creating a group, a community online of like-minded people, if you're interested, let me know. Now, again, I'm taking this break and you might be going, why? And the real reason I'm taking this break is because I've been talking a lot about sobriety for the past 10 years, 612 episodes actually. And the 3 guests that I'm putting on the rest of the month of February are all people are sober and are running businesses, which I love. And I'm going to continue to have that. But, who would be out there who is my listener? We're trying to identify my listener, for so long. And if you have an idea of who my listener is, again, send me a message, DM me or email me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. And who is my listener? And I keep thinking, because I am like a multigrain bread with nuts and berries and bumps and lumps and all the rest of it. And I truly believe that, for me at least, I've never been white bread. And white bread is what I call Wonder Bread. Nothing wrong with Wonder Bread. I haven't had it in a million years. But when I was a kid, we ate Wonder Bread with peanut butter and jelly or bologna. We used to eat bologna and cheese all the time as kids with mayonnaise on Wonder Bread. I don't know why. I haven't seen bologna in 100 years, but growing up, that's what we ate all the time. I remember. And that white bread that comes out of I've had the opportunity to take a Wonder Bread loaf out of the plastic container. and you'd pull it out, and you'd take it out, and there'd be a heel on either side that would be just a crust. But then every other piece was exactly perfect. Perfect. Like fitting in a box. Like the Wonder Bread's perfect. You go and you could take a knife and cut all the tops off, all the sides off, and all the bottoms off with just like one knife. That's what Wonder Bread is. It's very easy. It's very simple. It looks the same every piece. Now, see, I'm a multigrain. And my biggest thing I want to tell everybody that's out there is like, if you're listening to me, yes, I am sober. I have been sober for almost 19 and a half years. I just looked at this app this morning. That's the reason I know that, because I normally don't know that. But I just found out today. I'm at 19.48 years. But we all know that I'm sober. Okay. But I have, like, that's one part of me. That's not every part of me. Like, if I went to a doctor's office and I had to check, like, sober, check, mom, check, wife, check, daughter, check, cousin, check, sister, check, like so many different, dog mom, da, 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 da. I mean, I could go on and on ad nauseum. And I bet you're the same way. If you're listening to this, you probably could fit into many different categories and not just one thing defines you. That's who we are as human beings. And I embrace that. So to sit here and talk to you ad nauseum about how I got sober, what happened, and all the rest of it is kind of boring, I think. Like you've heard enough of it. If you want to go hear my whole story, it's on this podcast. Go back and listen to it. You can go listen to my archive. Again, there's 613 now out there. So if you're out there and you're like, I want to go and hear a story, go and you can find it. And if you want me to DM it to you, you can even send me a message and I'll DM you my story so you can start from the beginning. But that's just one part of me. And I'm bored of talking to you guys about it. I want to show you how I'm living my life as a sober person. Like, I love to shop. That's one of my big things. Like, one of my best podcasts I've had that's been out there that's gotten the most views, you guys, I don't know if you're going to be surprised by this or not, but was Shop with Caroline, who is a woman on Amazon. Well, she's on all social media, but she just talks about her clothes that she gets. And now she's not just Amazon. Now she has all different brands that are backing her, and she just shows them, and she wears 8 million necklaces, and it's great, and she's so fun, and she came on the show, and most people have listened to that because it's light and airy. That's what I want to be. I want to talk to you guys about how I'm managing this thing, life, knowing that, okay, yeah, I'm sober. Okay, how do I do it? How are we all doing this thing we call life? And I just want to share with you that how I've done it, how it feels, and what it's been like on this journey and where I am today. So that's where we're going. I hope you like this idea. Let me know your thoughts again. Email me at elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. But I found that, life, the one thing that I will say about getting sober that I think is so crazy is that I was raised Catholic. If you guys know that they were out there, raised Catholic. My dad's Jewish, but that doesn't matter because we never went to temple except for when my grandmother died, and I went for bar mitzvahs, but that was it. But that's the only time, funerals and bar mitzvah, bat mitzvahs. I would not consider myself Jewish because I wasn't born of a Jewish mother. I was born of a Jewish father. But I've always believed in God. I don't know why. I don't know why it's always been a part of me. Even though I was scared as a little girl looking up, I remember getting my first Holy Communion and going, oh my gosh, there's God with the thorns in his head and the blood and all the rest of it. And that was really scary to me. But I always believed that there was a God. I feel blessed by that. So when I got sober, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, there's a God. And I stopped going to the Catholic Church because of what was going on with the priests. That really happened to me. The parish down the street from me was one of the parishes that had a priest that was, taking advantage of little boys. I, at that time, had 2 little boys, and I'm like, this is not for me. And I went to the Episcopal Church, which I love. My Episcopal Church in Philadelphia. Shout out to St. David's Episcopal Church in Wayne, PA. That was my church. I loved it. I was very involved. It was my place. I attribute my success in raising my children to that church because I had a community. It was my community. I felt very close to Father Frank Allen. He was my bud, and everybody else that was members there. It was like my place. But then we moved to Florida. And we moved to Florida 7 years ago, which is kind of crazy. We were just doing the math and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because we moved here in 2019. Crazy. And it's, yeah, in January, yeah, 7 years. So we came down here and finding, I don't know if you guys feel like this, like things have changed since COVID. So much has changed. And it was like, where are we going to church? Where are we finding our community? We've moved to Florida. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? And we tried the Episcopal Church. Whatever happened, I'm not going to get into that because it's a whole nother story and I don't want to keep you here all day. But it was a whole story. So that didn't work. Anyway, it was being open. I want to tell you this. It's being open. I have been open to saying yes to things for the past, I don't know how long it's been. I know it's at least been 2 years. So, and how do I know that? Because 2 years ago is when something happened. So I'm going to tell you the story. So I'm sitting here, I'm trying to find a church, trying to find a church, trying to find a church. And I'm like, I don't like this church. I don't like this church. I'm not feeling it. I had this special feeling at St. David's. That was like my place. And I'm like, where am I going to go? Now, again, I have Catholic roots. I've always believed in God. I've always, the other thing that I learned in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous was that it's about principles and it's not about personalities, meaning it's about the real text and it's not about the humans because humans, we always mess up. It's just reality. I don't care if you're a priest. Obviously, that story I just told about what was going on with priests. Priests aren't perfect. They do bad things. Every human being does bad things. We're all fallible. That is the truth. But what do I like? I like the traditions. I like the look of the Catholic Church, especially like St. Edward's Church here in Palm Beach. There's beautiful Catholic churches all over Europe. There's a beautiful Catholic churches in Philadelphia. Everywhere you go, you can find they have beautiful churches. I love the up and down, the kneeling. I love the music. I love all of that. That is what draws me back all the time. So I couldn't find that place. So here I am living in Florida. I'm longing for some sort of, I want more structure in my religious life. And I want more God. I want more church. Where am I going to find that? And out comes Hallow. I don't know if Hallow came out. I don't know what year it came out, but 2 years ago during Lent, I saw Hallow. I said, I'm going to make this investment, $55 a year or something. I don't even know how much it was. And I signed up for it. And religiously, I did Hallow every day during Lent. Every day. Saying, yes, I'm listening, I'm listening, I'm listening. And while I'm listening, I hear a story from Jim Wahlberg. Still want to get that guy on my podcast if anybody knows him because I swear I attribute him. I don't know why, but his story made me cry. It made me reach out to some Ann Vucek in Chicago through another friend, Karen Shaw. And I reached out and I said, Ann, do you know do you know Jim Wahlberg? I want to have him on my show. And she's like, no, I don't, but we're going to Medjugorje. Again, saying yes. Went to Medjugorje 2 years ago. In April, it'll be 2 years. That changed everything. That brought me back to the Catholic Church. It brought me back even more feelings of like, okay, that's right. It's not the personalities. It's not the personalities. It's what's the substance behind it. It's the Bible, you guys. It's the Bible. It's believing in something bigger than me. Because we are living in such an insane world where everybody's trying to pull us apart. I mean, even now, of course, I'm recording this on Monday and I'm dropping this Tuesday. So watching the Super Bowl, which was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever watched in my entire life. I mean, it was like, oh, I feel so bad for that quarterback from the Patriots because he's a young guy and he tried, but it was painfully boring. And then the Bad Bunny, which because I have friends from all different nationalities, and I feel blessed over that. I have some friends that absolutely love the Bad Bunny show, and I have a lot of friends, including myself, that went and looked at TPUSA's show. And then today, I thought to myself, when we have one thing, like the NFL decided to do a halftime show. They decided to hire Bad Bunny for better, for worse. I have no idea why they did, but they did, and it's already done. So who cares? It's already over why they did it, and we're never going to figure out why, and it doesn't really matter. But then to have an alternative option, is that good or bad? Or does that pull us apart more? It's like, okay, you can do this or you can come to my party. Do you remember that when you were like growing up and you'd be like, oh, I wasn't invited to the cool party, but I was invited to this other party? And I don't want to say like the NFL's cool and TPUSA is not cool. I think they're both cool. I mean, I don't know. They all have good things and bad things about them. It's just reality. That's what we are dealing with on this planet. Good things and bad things. That's why, to me, having this relationship with God is so important because so many humans are like, like you can't judge anything by that. If you stay in a land of black and white and go, okay, this is good, the NFL's good. TPUSA is bad. Or you go TPUSA is bad. I mean, good. And the NFL is bad. But there's so much noise from both of these places. So if you were to maybe think about what you're going to give up for Lent, for me, I need less of that noise. I just need less of it. I just need less of it. I can't get rid of my cell phone because it's the only actual phone, like ring, 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 that I have. I don't have a landline. But maybe give up social media for the entire time of Lent. 40 days. Is that a big deal? I mean, I don't think that's big of a deal considering I was born in 1968 and I never had social media growing up. Thank you, God. So I think I could do it. What are you thinking about giving up? Let me know in these notes. If you're listening to me, just send me a little blurb. What are you giving up for Lent? I want to hear. Because how do we get calm and grounded on this earth if we don't have something to say, I'm giving this up. I want to be quiet. I want to hear God. I want to hear my higher power. I want to hear. And it's very hard to hear when there's so much noise. There's so much noise. I don't know about you, but like this Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mother, who's been gone, now it's a week today. I don't know if she's going to be found before this gets published tomorrow. God willing, she is found before this goes out tomorrow on Tuesday. But why are we like, it's crazy how I know so much about these people. And do you know how many people are like missing every day? I mean, kids, teenagers, gone. And because it's the host of the Today Show, we know everything about them. I mean, it's like you turn on the TV, it's all they talk about. What's this? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know about you, but it's like, again, I need less noise. I don't need to know everything about Guthrie's mom, her sister, her brother. And now I do. Because I am one of those people that's like, oh, something's on fire. I have to go see. Instead of going, okay, I've got to churn. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I've delved right into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I've been watching TV every night. I'm going on YouTube and watch stories about it. It's become an obsession. I am terribly sad that this 84-year-old mother is gone. It breaks my heart. But the fact that I know so much about somebody I've never met, I don't even watch the Today Show, by the way. I don't watch TV in the morning unless there's tennis on or maybe even the Olympics. We're going to end with this Olympics, you guys. So here I am. And I'm going to tell you guys, I believe in like coming together and having a cause. And I love God and I love my country. I love America. I know we're not perfect. I know no one's perfect and there's no politician that's perfect. There's no, again, priest that's perfect. There's no lawyer that's perfect. There's no doctor there's no one that's perfect, you guys. They might want to pretend like they are, but I can promise you they're not. And here we are, and we are paying, I think, for these athletes to go over and represent the United States of America. Ralph Lauren has made all these outfits for them, their costumes to wear, their uniforms. We pay for all of that, I'm sure, somewhere indirectly that the United States pays the Olympic Committee for something, and we've paid for these athletes to go and represent the United States. So you're supposed to be, yay, America, let's go. That's what I want to be. And we have these athletes are like, we don't like America. We don't really like it there. I like it. I like my family, but I don't really like America. And I'm sitting here thinking, and I actually have gone not only thinking, but I've sent messages to some of these athletes going, why are you there then? If you don't like America, move. It's kind of like the people who can't say that they're from Russia, so they say they're from no-name country, right? So they don't want to, because they don't want to acknowledge Moscow or Russia. In fact, so you watch tennis players like Sabalenka, and it doesn't say that she's from anywhere. It's just blank. There's no flag or anything. So if these people want to go and become, I guess, asylum seekers because they don't like their country, go ahead, go. But drop off the Ralph Lauren outfit and all that stuff you got for free for being on the Olympic team for the United States of America. Drop it all off and we'll be done. We don't have to go out anymore. Like, you don't have to be an American citizen. Last I checked, I see all these, look at the people who have come in. Last year alone, all these people crossed the border because they're dying to become American citizens. And we have actual citizens that are like, we don't like it. Really? I'm sorry you don't like it. Are we supposed to change because you're one person? Excuse me. Last I checked, you aren't like, nobody made you go represent America. No one made you do this. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And I'm sure there's another person who plays the sport you play and probably really wanted to go to the Olympics, but they weren't chosen, but you were. And you're an ungrateful human being, is what you are. Sorry, it's just the truth. And the truth hurts sometimes, but I don't care. Because there is right from wrong. There is black and white. And I kind of like the black and white. I kind of like knowing what's right and what's wrong. I don't want to live in a world where anybody can do whatever they want and there are no rules and the police don't matter and you can walk in front of cars and you can say to the police, I don't care, and you can throw stuff at them and do other things. That's not okay with me. No. I know, like, I'm going to go back to like what my little checkbox. I know what Elizabeth can do and what Elizabeth can't do. Okay. I know that I have to keep restraint of tongue and pen. I have to say, I can't say anything I want to say because I might hurt somebody's feelings and I care about that. And I care about having at least something to be proud of. And I'm proud of being an American and I'm proud of being sober and I'm proud of being a mom and I'm proud of being multigrain. And I want you to be proud of what you are. But if somebody's going to rip on your family, rip on where you're from, kind of like, wait a minute, we're done with that. We're not doing that. It's not okay. We got to come together on something. Let's come together. All right. That's enough of me. Again, here's my last call. I'll probably mention it on Tuesday though. Next Tuesday, if you're interested in getting together Tuesday evenings, let's say for an hour, maybe we'll do 2. We'll just see what we can run it through and talking about God and what's going on with us and making a community together on Zoom. I would be very interested in doing this and I want to have some friends do it with me. So let me know if you're interested. Please, again, DM me, send me an email, Elizabeth, ELIZABETH at Elizabeth, ELIZABETHCHANCE.com. Let me know if you're interested. If I get enough people, I'm going to do it. If I don't get enough people, then forget about it. And I can say enough people is 2. Okay. Me and one other person. I'd love to have more, but if I just have one other person writes to me, we're going to do it. Let me know your thoughts. I want you to know this. You are not alone. Thanks for following me. Thanks for being a part of It's Bizzy. And no, you are not alone. Take care, everybody. And again, thank you for listening. Please go to my website and sign up for the newsletter, Elizabeth@elizabethchance.com. Take care. And until Thursday, be well. Bye. Thanks for listening. And please subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, press subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.